Hey everybody, it's Gypsy. Today we're not doing a how to make homemade whatever or talking about nomadic life. I just want to talk about a very interesting conversation I got into this afternoon. It was on a live stream, and I'm going to try to do this without giving anybody else's personal information away too much out of respect for their privacy. Um, we were talking about, taxation, how it's robbery, the government having too much control, etc., etc. The one person who was in on the conversation is from another country that had a revolution. And now this country is doing very well. And he had a lot of wisdom. I don't even know if it was a he or she, because you know how you use handles and stuff. So I don't know. Couldn't understand why, Americans are not having a revolution and stuff like that. But then we start talking about what taxes are used for, what they're supposedly supposed to be used for. More supposedly, let's go with that. Helping disabled, the less fortunate, whatever. I guess it kind of went around to what would happen if we didn't have taxes. And how would that work out for the less fortunate and the disabled, etc. So this got me to thinking. I'm totally against big government and taxes. I believe in small communities that are self-governed by the people who live in these communities. And what I realized about myself is that whenever I need help, one way or another, it shows up through the goodness of someone else, their kind heart. Yet in this conversation, we were talking about how most people do not donate to charities. Now, I pointed out, well, who can afford it? Everybody's barely scraping by. How do you support a charity? However, I've had this happen so many times. And I came to the realization, and I've mentioned this many, many times before, I do not believe that we're born inherently evil. I believe people believe this and are convinced they're awful, through what we're taught through religion, just being told over and over again by someone in your life, the way you're treated by others, that you're a bad person. And I think that is why humanity as a whole has low self-esteem and a bad view of themselves, like they're not good. But I have such confidence that we are actually good and would help out others if given half a chance. But because of what we've been taught for, well, God knows how long, we believe we're not, so we just don't do it. We're all angry. We're all bitter. But because of my confidence in humanity, and it is based on knowing where our true home is and where we come from, the spirit realm, nirvana, heaven, whatever you call it, that is where we're from, and it is where we're going back to. So, since we are a piece of Source God, then we do have that love. We do have that kindness. And because I'm so confident with this, I believe I attract these situations where if I need help, it shows up. And yes, I don't have a lot materially to give, but anytime I can give someone a compliment, a smile, even if I don't know them, or if I can help them in any way, I do. And I think that's what attracts that to me. And I believe We don't need the powers that be, Big Brother, the governments, taking care of us. You know, what was it, like 100 years ago? Before that, we didn't have all this stuff. People still got sick. People were still disabled. People still got old. People still ran out of money, whatever, or were without something, needed help. So how did people survive that? What did we do with our sick or disabled? What did we do with our elderly? Are things better off with these government agencies? I have a feeling they're worse, actually. Whenever the government gets their hand into something, it gets more expensive and it gets worse. Now, I know there are some things that seem like they're free, but nothing is. Because say you need Medicare or whatever, you pay taxes into that when you were working, and so did everybody else. So it's not free. I think we did a better job in previous generations taking care of our own selves, our family, and those in our community. If you think love and you emit love, you're going to attract love. And that is how we, humanity, can survive without the powers that be. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Oh, and by the way, now that I'm done speaking about that, yesterday I did the video on my body butter. And instead of using cocoa butter this time, I used kokum butter. I prefer it. I let it come to room temperature just to see what would happen. It didn't stay solid, but it didn't liquefy like with the cocoa butter. It was almost, it had consistency, almost solid, but not. It doesn't melt down and separate like the cocoa butter does. So I think I'm going to stick with the kokum butter. I like it better. So I said I would update you on that. I think our next how-to thing, I'm almost out of my foundation. So we're going to do a video on that coming up real soon. Tomorrow is a travel day for me. I'm packed up, leaving first thing in the morning. Probably let you in on where, what it looks like, where I'm going to be for the next few days. What else? Yes, and we will be doing other homemade videos and things, and kind of like survival things, or how to cope living like I do as a nomad. I mean, you're a woman, you're about to turn 58, you got to get this really heavy generator up into the bed of your truck and down and back in. Well, how do you do it? Well, I had a video on that recently. Those are the kind of things we do talk about in Life on the Fringe. Yes, I've been living life on the fringe for the past 3 years. I've learned a lot. I still have a lot to learn. But what I do learn, I want to share with you. And if you guys live an unconventional life and have tips and things you want to share, please do put them in the comments, because I'm always willing to learn more. And I hope my subscribers are too. So that's what we talk about. But I just had this, really interesting conversation today. And that is my vision for a new tomorrow. A new vision for my son and daughter-in-law for the rest of their lives to be free and happy. For my grandchild, who, well, she's not even conceived yet, but she'll be coming soon, to have better than Grandma did. Because that's what I want. Not just my family, but all generations to have better than what I had, that my generation had. My children, those next couple generations after mine, better. Because this stuff's got to stop. So I'm going to leave you with that. Blessed be, and make it a joyful one.